Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Deb and this is DB Designs and Sewing Australia, and today I received my bespoke box from the Dahlia Sewciety and its theme is Empress. So it's here. I have not opened it yet. Only taken the plastic off for the sake of all the rustling. So let's get this open and have a look. See what fabulous things are in here. And as usual, it's done up really tight. I did order a few other things from Kristen while I was at it, which are here on the top. The lovely little thank you sticker. And that is, I'll show you what the extra things I ordered. It's a great way to order things when you get a bespoke box, of course, because then you're not paying the extra freight when it's only a small thing. And Kristen will always hold it for you until the boxes come up for sale once a month. I bought the Cottesloe swimsuit pattern. So, after seeing the wonderful swimwear that Kristen made, I thought, Deborah, why have you not made your own bathers yet? And I also ordered some little labels that I was going to put on the kids' things. That one of them says, they say, keep playing, find tiny joys, and stay rad. I thought I'd put them on some of the grandchildren's clothing. And also some Mariflex thread, because I seem to be going through that a lot. I've started to sew a lot of my clothing. If it's pants or something like that, I'm not just sewing together with an overlocker. I'm actually securing the crutch part of the seam with the Mariflex thread as well, and especially on the small children's shorts because they are pretty rough on clothing. So here's a beautiful postcard. She's an empress. She carries within her the exotic glow of the moon and leaves in her wake colourful stardust. And that's the back part of it. That's gorgeous. She looks stunning. Can't wait. Oh, and I can see that the 20% off pattern is the Style Arc Armadale, which I already have because I've made a few of those. You'll have seen them. And the fabric is 60% linen, 40% viscose, and it's a Lady McElroy. I think it's a Lady McElroy. That would be how you say it. And there's another lovely little tag that says, take it slow. Maybe I'd like to take notice of that when I'm sewing. Okay, and so here is my beautiful box of tricks. Let's get this open. Oh, wow. Now the first gift is Wild Raven, handcrafted in Tasmania shea butter lip balm. Oh, wow, look at that. That looks beautiful. Something I actually use every day. I have them in my handbag, in the car, everywhere. A little lemon drop lolly. And a lemon and yogurt slice. It says it's a 2-pack. Does that mean I have to share it? I could just have 2 for me. And it's from Spring Hill Farm. It's made in Australia, of course. Oh, it says it's from Delacombe, Victoria, which I think is down near Geelong from memory. I think that's where that is. And some beautiful little buttons that would go on the Armadale. 7 buttons. Unusual to get 7 buttons. Another lemon drop. Some thread. So there's a hint about what the fabric's like. A lemon, ginger and manuka honey tea bag. Just having a lemon and ginger tea bag today at work. So that will be lovely. Oh, look at this fabric. Look at this fabric. Wrapped up beautifully as usual. Whoops, that's upside down. Which tells me it's actually a directional print. Look at that. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now it feels quite heavy. This feels like quite a firm fabric. I don't think you can see through it. Can you see through that? Not really. I can see the lights through it from this side, but I don't think it's a see-through fabric at all. I might make something a bit more wintry with this. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You know what I do need? I need some winter pajamas. I wonder if I can get a pair of Caroline pajamas out of this. Because if I was going to put piping on it, of course, there's so many beautiful colours that you could choose to do a piping in for this. Well, that is absolutely beautiful. Never disappoints. Really lovely, Kristen. Let's see what the colour looks like on there. Oh, yes. This fabric quite sturdy, quite a, maybe you can see from the back, quite textured. So it's got that linen look about it. And the viscose does give it some drape, rather than a linen that doesn't have much drape. But it's really quite a, not a thick fabric, but it's not a really fine fabric. And it feels really lovely and really soft, and that's not even washed yet. So I think I could make something lovely with this. That is beautiful. So I am going to pop off and have a look at my special video that Kristen does. Now, Kristen makes a special video for those people who are lucky enough to buy the Bespoke box, and she will have made the Armadale dress because she actually contacted me and asked me some questions about it. So I hope she didn't make it too big. You don't want it to be too big. But that is wonderful. I'm so thrilled. I got so many things today. I got some more labels of DB Designs Australia in the mail, and I also got some patterns that I had printed in AO size. I got the Spencer woven pants pattern. Now, I really like the look of this pattern. It's got a small pleat in the front, I think, but it was these pockets that attracted me. Now, it's probably not piping. It's probably just where your edge of your pocket is actually rolled to the outside rather than the inside, but it looks very effective. nice single welt pocket. So I think I showed you the fabric the other day for that, which is going to be that Italian suiting I've got. Hopefully I can play a bit of pattern Tetris and get that made and get that cut out of that fabric, because that is really beautiful fabric I've got. And I just thought this looked like a really nice pant pattern. There's been a lot of pant patterns around that have got pleats in them, but some of them just look very large in the hip area, and because my hips are my narrowest part, I really steer away a bit from a pleated pant unless it's fitted on the bottom part, because it just seems so huge and puffy. Now the next pattern I bought was, I had to join Gertie Patreon because I really wanted this pattern, and I tried every way to get it without joining, and I couldn't get it. And I think I contacted Alex from Alex Judge Sews and said, is there any other way you can get that pattern? And she went, absolutely, there is not, because she had been a Patreon member of Gertie, and she'd she'd dropped out of being a Patreon, and then when she saw this pattern, she joined back up again. So I did ask her a few questions about it, and about if I joined, will I be able to get this pattern? You know, even though it was, I think it was January or December. You know, can you only get the one that's available that month? And she went, no, you can get any of their patterns if you join their Patreon. So it's this beautiful dress. Now in my fabrics I'd like to sew, my 9 fabrics I'd like to sew this year, I have got that teal coloured stretch velvet, and I thought that is going to be a stunning dress. And this is the reason that I excuse me, this is the reason I sent these patterns off to get printed, was because this pattern, which is what it is, so you've got a long dress and you can have it with a hood at the back. It's sort of a really large cowl at the back that you can wear as a hood if you want to. So that's the line drawings. And in this sections of the long dress, which is the one I'd probably want to do, they've got godets in them. So that's what gives it the extra bulk. And I noticed that around the midriff is the only part of the pattern where they want it to, is the only part that has negative ease. And it's also got power mesh inside that piece, inside that bust, under bust panel there is power mesh. Now I've got power mesh here, so that will be good. So I have got a party coming up at the beginning of May for the King's coronation, because one of my girlfriends is very much a royalist, and she always has these fabulous parties when things are happening. So, and I was supposed to be going as a baroness and my husband as a baron, but it doesn't matter what I look up, I don't know what a baroness wears. So I thought, well, let's just try and use that velvet fabric and make a really beautiful sort of evening dress. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully that works out well. I don't think it looks like it's huge, and I've seen someone else sewing it. I can't remember that girl's name. And she said, because she does live on YouTube, and she was doing it. So when someone's watching you sew live, it's actually really quite difficult. And she had a few things go wrong when she was sewing it, only because she's talking at the same time, and you don't usually have, and then she's trying to read everyone's comments when she's live. So it's really very distracting for her. And she had a few things go wrong and sewed a few things in the wrong order. But she makes lovely garments, so I'm sure she'll get it made, and I'm sure it'll be really good. But Yeah, she said she thinks it will be a pretty easy and fast make. Now that's another one where I would use a Mariflex thread. I would use a Mariflex thread because you don't know how hard it's going to be to get on. So the only fitted part is that underbust section, but there are no closures. You put it over your head. So I would like to sew probably the bust area and where the bust meets and where the skirt meets the underbust panel. I would like to sew that with thread as well as overlocking it on. So just more of a security thing. I mean, I've never actually had anything fall apart, so I don't know why I'm so paranoid about that. But and all my summer dresses that are knit and stretch, I always just sew on my overlocker. But some things, and especially a long dress, because you might have a tendency to step on the front of it, and if you did that, I just would be terrified that it would fall apart. So that's what I'll be looking at making. I'm really glad I had those patterns printed, which means it's much less work. I can't imagine sticking together all of the pieces for that Society dress by Gertie. That is a lot of printing on A4 and a lot of taping together. So I bit the bullet and got it printed on A0 so that it's easier. Just a reminder, this is the beautiful fabric. You know what, it'd even be a nice dressing gown. It's probably not enough fabric for a dressing gown. Yeah, like 2.5 meters I've got. So that will be very interesting. What I'm wearing my colour block Harlow jacket, and then someone at work had, you've got your jockey's outfit on. So that's where that went today. It's just a reminder. Oh, this is this beautiful lip balm. It's very natural looking, very, very natural looking. That's lovely. Some lollies, some lemon and yogurt slice. I might go and have a cup of tea now and have some of that. I might even share a piece with my husband. He'd be lucky, wouldn't he? I will keep those lollies for myself though. I have nearly finished my boiler suit that I was making. Remember the other day I was making my blue weird spotty animal print boiler suit. It fits. All I've got to do is sew the inside waistband on, then do all the buttons. And there's quite a few buttons, because it's got buttons on the cuff, buttons up the front, and a button at the waistband as well. So I won't be able to get away with just doing fake button plackets because I won't be able to get it on. I'll actually have to undo it to get it on. But it seems to fit quite well. Hopefully that would be something that I could wear. Anyway, I'll speak to you all on Friday. Thank you, Kristen. This is absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling fabric. Beautiful feeling. It is directional. I can see that. All those elephants go in one direction. So I'd have to be careful what I made and make sure it was directional. I wonder what it looks like in the Armidale. I'm going to go now and check out Kristen's bespoke vlog that she'll have done showing me, I suspect, the Armidale dress in this fabric. Everybody have a great sewing week. See you all next week. Bye.